how did you get to be a factory level mechanic?
It basically all started, going from MMI to back home in Michigan, and I worked at a dealership for a few months and had knee surgery, and then left there for the knee surgery, and did a mom and pop shop for 2 years after that, and went back to the dealership that I left, prior, and they decided to fold and go to Texas, and so it kind of left me high and dry, and I started doing the Warthog deal for a few rounds. So when I did that, I met a lot of nice people that I kept in contact with, and they saw some potential in me, I guess. The guy called me over the weekend or this week and said, he knew that I could make it and yada yada. So he introduced me to the lessees, and I moved out to the lessees and lived there almost a year, as a practice guy for Mike and Jeff. And just started moving up, went to Moto Concepts, spent 5 years there, and we parted ways after 2012. And, GEICO picked me up. They seen me around the pits, they saw the attitude that I had, and I guess they just liked, my overall deal. So they gave me a shot, and the rest has been history. This is my 4th season with them. So it's pretty much my short story, or long story in a short context, but yeah, that's how it is. In the first week that you're there, it's like, hey, I'm Derik Dwyer. My goals are either to own my own shop or work on a race team. And some guys said race teams are almost virtually impossible to get on, and good luck with that one. So that kind of gave me a little bit of motivation. But sitting in the stands, 2000, 99, whenever I was riding 80s and stuff like that, I'm like, dude, this is awesome. And then looking up to Goose coming in, and it was like, all right, well, I can't make it at riding a dirt bike, so I'm gonna wrench on the bikes and do the best I can with it and see if I can be a top guy with and be maybe the next Goose or something. So yeah, I think it's definitely pretty cool. I think MMI's it was a great platform. It definitely sets you up for a dealership side of things. It doesn't really do the race side. I feel like getting into the racing, it's all within your heart and what you're willing to go through, and how many hours you're willing to work, and the dedication. Because this industry, it's cutthroat. You're either willing to do it or you're not. And the guys that are willing to sacrifice, the Christmas Day and New Year's and all the other holidays that 9-to-5 jobs typically have. This one doesn't allow that. You're typically building a race bike for Anaheim 1. If it's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's, definitely you don't ever touch New Year's. So it's all dedication. I'm not really the straight build cool guy. I just, I like to build bikes, and I like to be competitive, and I think once you start to get that cool guy feeling and whatever, that you've made it, it's just, you might not have actually made it. You might have made it in your mind, but the goals are unlimited. So if you want to go from being on a privateer level to a factory team to winning races to winning a championship, it's all further goals, and that's how I look at it. So once I've met one goal, I want to move on to the next one and keep moving. On the factory level, there's more parts being used, and just more upkeep and stuff that, as a privateer, you dream about. Oh man, I wish I could have a new motor every weekend, and so you might get a little bit jaded, but you gotta still keep true to where you came from. You can't just be like, oh well, I get a new motor, so I'm gonna throw this part away or whatever. It's, even the big level teams still have budgets, so you got to stay true to that and try to conserve as much as possible. But like you said, growing up, you see the mechanics, you see the riders, and you have that feeling like, man, that would be so awesome. And to actually get here, you just really have to sit down and appreciate making it to here and continuing the goals. Coming into the season, me and Christian had worked together outdoors and then part-time outdoors the year before. And, I've had a little bit of success with Malcolm Stewart winning, and Osborne on the podiums and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, coming in with Christian, I knew that he was set in his way to do whatever it could take, because it meant more to him coming in as the guy who is coming out of retirement, say, and he had to prove to himself and prove to everybody else that the decision that he had made to come back was the right one for everybody. So that boosted my confidence, and chasing the first win and whatever, that was definitely a high for the year so far. But coming in, we had the discussion preseason that we just want to be in Vegas close enough that we're in the title hunt, and whether it's 2 points out, 1 point out, 8 points out, whatever, just have the shot and have the best man take the title home at the end of the season. So we're on the path. We've had some rocks, ups and downs, with Anaheim 1 getting a 17th, but if we didn't get a 17th, we'd be even closer. So we're digging and still have the same path that we set forth at the beginning of the year and the goal at the end of it. So we're fighting for it. My biggest thing, I tell a lot of people, don't hesitate to talk to people. Don't, have confidence in what you're saying. See them more than once. Go up, talk to the same people, whether it's Larocco or J-Bone or any of the managers, and just say, hey, one day I want to be on your team, and just keep plugging and do your thing and better yourself every year, and eventually I believe you can make it.